Nå har vi fått sorry. We have now had some feedback both from the seafood industry and from the agri-food industry. And we want to have get some actually some input from the expertise from NTNU and SINTEF, who have both initiated projects and participate and being in the management. So, first of all, I will give the floor, actually, to senior researcher Christina Nornell Videll, who is actually a project manager of EU project ENOF, where the NTNU is also one of the partner. And I think this is a new project for this autumn. Please.
Yes, thank you, Marit. Yes, I will now give a short introduction of our EU project ENOF. And it's funded by EU Horizon 2020. And as Marit said, it's quite new. We started 1st of October this year. And the project will provide tools and methods and technologies which will contribute to the EU Farm to Fork strategy to achieve climate-neutral food businesses. So what are the challenges? We know that food systems globally are responsible for 20 to almost 40% of greenhouse gas emissions. And we also know that over the whole food chain, approximately 60% of the food is refrigerated. And this requires energy, and it also leads to greenhouse gas emissions. So the focus of this project is emissions related to post-harvest or post-farm gate to consumer. And these are estimated to account for almost 20% of total emissions. And for the first time, emissions from food production, processing and packaging, transportation, storage, retail, catering, and home consumption will be assessed as separate groups to identify where the greatest potential for emission reduction is and where mitigation actions can be applied. Within the project, we will develop and adapt and apply new technologies, but also better integrate and streamline processes. And this is particularly the case where heating and cooling can be integrated. And also integration of new energy sources, for example, PV, solar, geothermal, together with, for example, thermal energy storage. Within the project, we will demonstrate technologies to show industry, but also other stakeholders, the feasibility and reliability of the technologies. The demonstrators will set good examples of the solutions we find in the project. You can say that they are like case studies. And this project team has extensive and strong links with industry groups. And this enables us to communicate and communicate information actively and effectively. We have already 14 demonstrators in the project, and including many industry partners. But during the project, we will also add several new to cover all food sectors and even more parts of the food chain. So the demonstrators will show actions to reduce emissions, which are from simple solutions to the most advanced. And the sectors within the project are meat, fish, dairy, and fruit and vegetables. And we also include the cross-sectors transport, retail, and domestic. Another aim of the project is to increase awareness, not only within the project, but also among policymakers, businesses, investors, entrepreneurs, institutions, stakeholders, and citizens in general. Although the project has a technological focus, it will also focus on non-technological and behavioral issues. because we know that technologies need to integrate into processes and be accepted by end users. So how did this start? This project builds on previous projects and networks of scientists and industry in Europe. I think that the visibility we have had at international conferences has been very important to get this project. If the question on has there been any challenges? Yes, of course it is challenging, and we are 28 partners, but we have a good team of experts and with much knowledge and experience. And even though we already have many partners, we need to add some more demonstrators, which means that new partners might also be an option, also from Norwegian industry. We want to collaborate with industry and others on good examples to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in the food sector.
Impressing, Christina. And it will be very interesting to follow the project. So thank you very much.